United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll start with the approval of minutes from the November 6th Board of Works meeting. Morning, Dan. Those have been presented, and I don't know if you've seen any concerns or issues with the minutes.
I did not. I'll make a motion we accept it.
Second. Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. All right, and now a very pleasurable part of my job is to be able to welcome three fire department firefighters, Cody Bixler, Tyler Colt, and Ryan Marshall, to come up to take their oath of office. I'm glad their families are here. This is always a very joyous time for me to see folks that are willing to invest their time and talents into our community, the safety of our community, dedication. I know it's not easy, and it's dangerous at times, and I know we're all want to be invested in their success, and appreciate the show of support from the rest of the department here. I know it means a lot to these new firefighters, so without further ado, let's have the three officers come up, and we'll swear you in up front here, and then afterwards we'll individually go take photos with your families over in front of the logo there, and we'll take as many pictures as you want. So. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to do these individually. I'll do Cody first, since that's the one on top. Cody, I'll have you raise your right hand. I, Cody Bixler,
I, Cody Bixler,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will commit to faithfully
and I will commit to faithfully
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as a firefighter
as a firefighter
of the Warsaw-Wayne Fire Territory
of the Warsaw-Wayne Fire Territory
to the citizens of the territory.
to the citizens of the territory.
I give my commitment
I give my commitment
to fulfill this position
to fulfill this position
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
both promoting and protecting
both promoting and protecting
with the best interest
with the best interests
of the Warsaw-Wayne Fire Territory
of the Warsaw-Wayne Fire Territory
in accordance with the territory's policies.
in accordance with the territory's policies.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right. Tyler, if you move out here, just rotate down. And again, Tyler, good to see you.
Yep, you too.
Welcome. All right. I, Tyler Colt,
I, Tyler Colt,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will commit to faithfully
and that I will commit to faithfully
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as a firefighter
as a firefighter
of the Warsaw-Wayne Fire Territory
of the Warsaw-Wayne Fire Territory
to the citizens of the territory.
to the citizens of the territory.
I give my commitment
I give my commitment
to fulfill this position
to fulfill this position
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
both promoting and protecting
both promoting and protecting
with the best interest
with the best interest
of the Warsaw-Wayne Fire Territory
of the Warsaw-Wayne Fire Territory
in accordance
in accordance
with the territory's policies.
with the territory's policies.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Ryan. So, can you do it by heart now?
No, probably not. Better risk.
Come on, let's try. I couldn't either, so we're all good. All right. you want to raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, Ryan Marshall,
I, Ryan Marshall,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will commit to faithfully
and that I will commit to faithfully
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as a firefighter
as a firefighter
of the Warsaw Wayne Fire Territory
of the Warsaw Wayne Fire Territory.
to the citizens of the territory.
To the citizens of the territory,
I give my commitment
I give my commitment
to fulfill this position
to fulfill this position
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my abilities,
both promoting
both promoting
and protecting
and protecting
with the best interest
with the best interest
of the Warsaw Wayne Fire Territory
of the Warsaw Wayne Fire Territory
in accordance
in accordance
with territory policies.
with territory policies.
Congratulations. All right, you three want to line up for an individual shot there, and then we'll have, I'll have Ryan's family come up first, if you want to stand in front of the seal there, and we'll get some pictures. All right. Ryan, you want to come here, we'll get you to sign this, and then we'll go get some pictures. Print your name there if you can.
Clean.
Thank you. All right. You guys can sign these while you're waiting and get them to Lynn there. All right, Ryan, let's all, let you get right in the middle here. Come on up. Get around him. Get the support group around him and we'll all right. Do we need to tighten in? Are we all right? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Congratulations. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Tyler, get your family up here. Come on, Cameron, get up here. All right. This is the fun part, right?
Yeah.
All right, all set? Hey, thank you all. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, next. Okay. That's a good support staff. All right. All right. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, I thank everybody for coming. I appreciate it. All right. Guys from the department here. Chief, that's me.
Hey, Dan,
It's gonna fall.
Dan, don't you think you ought to get a picture? I said, don't you think you ought to get a picture? Don't you think you ought to get a picture of them fiddling with the clock?
I don't know.
He's- Oh, okay. You know what? I left my phone on my desk, but I will text it to you.
All right,
Text me and remind me.
thanks. All right, we'll get moving here. Again, that's a great part of the meeting, and I've always looked forward to that. Okay, let's, Lynn, you don't have anything for us under reports?
No.
Okay. I see no unfinished business. Let's dive into new business. Pam, I think you've got a couple Housing Authority releases of mortgage. You want to come up and tell us about that and get them signed and get you on your way?
We have two for the same house. The affordability period's over, and she moved to Grace Village, so we had a payoff. And we've received the money. It was from the last OR grant.
Let's see. Let's consider these separately. We'll just start with the first one. Is there a motion to approve the release of mortgage for home of your own repairs?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, those opposed? All right, and we'll consider the second release of mortgage for the same house, correct? Any questions?
I move to approve.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Get those signed. I stole your pen. I think it's right over there in front of Lynn. She stole it from me.
Probably after you stole it from me sometime.
This pen's going around.
Start going to get sick.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Is that what you need? You got what you
Hey,
need?
Pam, we only got one sign and there's two different ones. Here.
Oh, crap. Well, then I'm gonna have to give them to you later.
Okay. Well, I have a copy
Oh,
right here.
okay. Have
Go
them
ahead.
sign your copies then.
Yeah.
You need me to
Okay.
note
All right. Item number 3 is street closing for the Spooktacular. Not sure who's going to present that. I suppose we'll just present it. It's a item that is kind of a repeat, pretty popular event in our downtown. It doesn't appear that the route has changed at all. Let's see. The date would be October 25th on a Friday. The event will start at 5 and end at 8:30. The organizers are certainly aware they need to call the central dispatch when they close the road and then when they open it back up. Any questions? This is, again, a very well-attended event with a lot of young kids and always a big success, but it works well if the road's closed.
I move to approve.
Second?
All right, any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. I'm going to ask that we table this next item. This is a new event. I don't feel comfortable presenting it, so I would ask for a motion to table this.
So moved.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay,
I'm sorry, who made the motion to table it? Okay, thanks.
all right. Stacy Young from my office will present an agreement with Metronet.
Yes, so it kind of looks like it's two agreements, but it's all part of the same job. This is just how Metronet organizes it because there are two different locations affected. But we're asking for your approval of an agreement with Metronet to move forward with relocating the phone and internet and point-to-point services that have been at the Central Park office, move those out to the Pete Thorne office. And then the other part of that is that will now leave the maintenance shop without internet and phone, which is critical for their camera system especially. And so we are asking for approval for them to, they need to bore under the alley that runs along the west side of the shop to provide internet access to the shop during this time while the shop is still situated there. So you'll see there's a one-time fee. The one-time fee is to cover the cost of the bore as well as dropping new lines at the Pete Thorne Center. The $89.95 monthly service fee is for the new internet connection at the maintenance shop. However, when we get the point-to-point set up and they are tied into City Hall from the Pete Thorne Center moving forward, we will be able to drop the internet connection that we're paying for the Pete Thorne Center. They will be receiving their internet from City Hall at that point. So it will eventually wash itself out. It's just there will be a short time here while we get transitioned to make sure that everything is up and running correctly, that both of those fees will apply.
Questions?
No, I'll move, we approve the agreement.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. All right, building and plan, pay application number 3. Justin, for building and plan, assistant city planner, will discuss the Lucerne Park Amphitheater project.
Yeah, so this is pay application number 3 to Roche Construction. We reviewed the work completed and we agree with the invoice that they sent us, so we just request that you approve this third pay application for that project.
Questions?
No, I'll move, we approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Justin, how, project's coming along, should be done soon?
Yeah, it's coming along really nicely. We're working on phase 1 right now. There will be a phase 2 for this project because of budgetary limitations. But phase 1 is almost complete as of this morning. They were doing the rough grading. So they'll finish that up, put the handrails on, and everything will be completed except for the last row of retaining wall, which will be done hopefully in the near future. So I know Larry at the Parks Department's been looking around for different options to fund that. So we're really excited about it. It looks really nice. So yeah, if you haven't been over there to check it out, please do.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate all your work on that, Justin. I know you've been involved in the design of that and kind of following the project through, and I'm sure appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Item number 7, this is a pay app for the recently annexed Airport Industrial Park and sewer extension to that plat.
Yeah, so you have pay app 6 before you in the amount of $484,428.96, like the previous 5. This will be paid out of the bond proceeds that we're using to complete the sanitary sewer expansion. That authority was granted to you by the redevelopment authority for your approval of those pay applications. Roughly $4.8 million will be paid from that bond. Once that money is expended, then we'll switch to redevelopment funds for the remaining portion of this project.
So it looks like we're getting down to about halfway through this project. So they've been, I know you said they've been doing very well on their progress.
Yeah, timing wise, it appears that we're keeping pace with where we need to be at. They're working on getting the lift station up and running, so hopefully by the end of this year, the lift station will be up and running and we can get some, maybe potentially some of those people hooked on yet this year. We're switching the phasing around as much as we can to keep them moving as fast as they can. There will be some work they might be able to do during the colder months that won't be road work. There's a few segments of pipe that go through easements that won't be in the road, so we won't have to worry about paving. So far we're on a pretty good pace. They're still estimating the completion date will still be roughly the same, end of July, early August, but so far so good.
So it's just a little under a year from now.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So any questions?
I move to accept.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, and always a thank you, Jeremy, to you for your work on that. That's been a big project, and we're delivering what we said we were going to deliver to those that came annexed into the community, so appreciate that. Item number 8 would be a pay app for North Point Drive project.
Yeah, this is a community crossings project, so some of the funds to build or make the improvements on North Point Drive come from community crossings as well as from the street department and then the Eastern TIF district. The first payment application you have is $84,171.61. James has reviewed it and approved it, and it will become coming out of that community crossings fund. Once we've expended the community crossings funds, then we'll use the TIF and the street department funds to finish up that project.
Questions?
No, move to approve.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right,
Thank you.
thanks, Jeremy. Brian, oh, not Brian, come on up.
All right.
Brian, also known as Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
All right, Larry. This is item number 9. This would be a change order for some large diameter pipelining.
Yeah, this is a 20-day ad due to work being shuffled on Market Street. So we asked that 20 days that be added to this contract. Also, with this contract on this change order, there was a deduction on this project of $137,648.70. And that was due to, there was a list of descriptions and purposes and justifications for all the changes added to your sheet.
All right, questions?
20-day extension, less, 137 less, right?
Yes, 137 less of the total project on that. The contract amount was $2,759,839.50 on that, so that was a deduct.
Thank you. I move to approve.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? All right, item number 10, large 10.
This is just asking for the lane inliner to complete all the work on the projects, requesting a status of substantial completion from the city of Warsaw on the sewer rehabilitation project as of September 17th.
Can I notice you've got a list, just a short punch list, and that's
Yes.
part of this request that they honor that. I assume we've got the retainage until that's taken care of.
Yes, it will be on that until it should be taken care of, correct?
All right, so I don't quite understand what the certificate of substantial completion does. Does it just release the final SRF funds?
It releases some of the payment. Lynn could probably explain a little bit on that, substantial and final completion. I know it's the portions of payments that are released for the project.
Okay, and I noticed the engineer signed it, so that Megan signed it, so that they're certifying that that work has been completed.
Yes.
Okay. Lynn, do you have any comments on a request for substantial completion?
Nope.
All right,
I'll move we approve the certificate of substantial completion.
And this was the last of that project was completed down on West Market Street, which was down for about a week and a half. Kind of messed up traffic for a little bit down that direction with the way Jeff had going with the Center Street, but we worked through it with the street department, and it has been completed along with the Center Street going and shutting it down. It was a little bit of a jostling with traffic. I know James and I and Jeff and Brian, all of us, we had a little bit of work to work through that, but all that's completed now. That was the end of it.
so I guess one thing it shows on here is that the warranties start with this commencement of completion.
On the 17th, yes.
Yep, so that's kind of it's more of a benchmark date for the project. I've never seen
I
this.
have never seen something like that.
And then it also lists the retainage items as well, so it's just more of a definitive way to,
Okay.
for everybody, the engineer, the city, and the contractor to acknowledge it's done, it's
The
what
handshake.
needs to be done, right?
Okay, I didn't know, yeah, thank you for asking. I'll second the motion. Anybody, Mr. Clement?
All right, any further questions?
Good.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those
Thanks,
opposed?
Larry.
Thank you.
All right. One more item, this would be a change order on the small diameter lining.
It's a 75-day extension, and this is due to some number of spot repairs that's been added to the project. So they're asking for additional 75 days for the small diameter of the lining.
Are you all supportive of that recommendation?
Yeah, we are. Their subcontractor actually is, I mean, it's one of those things where we had added to the work that they originally had contracted. So we are very supportive of the 75 days due to that. So that's the reason, yeah, there's no problem with the 75 days. We understand there's been additional spot repairs throughout the city, and there should be no problem
Okay,
with us.
all right.
I move to approve.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Thank you very much, Larry. All right. Jennifer, new hire, change in payroll report. There's just two items here. One's it's like a replacement and the other's a shift change.
You are correct. I'd also like to do a verbal approval for the park department. We just got notification that an employee is going to be retiring at the end of the year, and we have an individual that we're in process with, but if we can get that individual on sooner than the next Board of Works, just for training purposes, as soon as we move through the background and the drug screen and everything. So it would be a to be announced TBA for a general labor position at park. That would be
Questions?
placed, and we
Another
wouldn't exceed the
replacement.
salary ordinance. in
So it's
the wage.
replacement and it's
It's
just for training
replacement,
purposes.
Training purposes only at this time.
But you're not ready to announce the name until probably the next board, just because we're not
Background
finalized.
checks, yes,
Yeah.
thank you, but it looks real good.
So these two, and then
These
how
two
do you want us
plus-
to word it? And what's to be announced? What's the position?
General laborer,
Okay.
general laborer.
Parks Department.
Yeah, just would like to bring that individual on sooner than the next Board of Works.
I'd
because
like
we had-
that, I'd like that added, and I move to accept.
Thank you.
Second.
Right.
Second.
Thank
Any
you.
further discussion?
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. You've got a vehicle take-home request.
Right, so Superintendent Beeler at the Street Department and is recommending that we allow a recently promoted supervisor to have a take-home vehicle. It is nothing out of the ordinary. It is something that we generally do just for a quicker response time, and emergencies, it tends that these supervisors are called in quite a bit, and it makes it easier.
Jeff, how many do you have on your staff? I was wondering this morning when I was that have accessed only two?
Me and Roger are doing it this morning, right there.
Three. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Amy and Jim, sorry, yep, Jennifer.
Does he live close by or within reason?
The one that we're getting ready to get his, he lives up around Tippy.
Right, we typically have about 5 take-home vehicles at the street department.
There's about
It would be
5.
the superintendent, assistant superintendent,
Okay.
and then the 3
Supervisors.
supervisors. And how it helps us is that we stock their, well, we put the tools in their vehicles so that they can respond right now when needed for emergencies.
I would have thought there would have been more, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
5
It
for
just
right now.
surprises me. I was wondering, and I should have known, I guess, but yeah, 5 now, okay.
Well, I'm sure it's extremely helpful to be able to
Yes.
respond directly
Yeah.
to the site
Yep.
when there's an emergency.
I agree.
And again, this is nothing out of the ordinary.
It is nothing out of the ordinary.
Previous supervisors had the same privilege. It's
Correct.
just a new supervisor, so it's nothing, just replacing.
And sometimes it's
one
just
with
cones
another.
and flags even to assist the police department during accidents or clean up with, you know,
Right.
brooms and glass, so, yeah.
Makes sense. I'll move to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Thank you, thank
All in
you.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Next item would be travel requests. There's 2 from the wastewater to a conference in Illinois, Chicago. Any comments?
Move to approve?
Second.
Thank you.
All right. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Lynn, no special claims?
No special claims.
All right, so we'll look at the claims dockets. Plural?
Just, yeah.
Did you see anything?
No.
I don't see anything.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? All right.
Are you sure there's not a special claim for the clock repair?
We haven't received an invoice yet, George.
Before it falls down, yeah, no, yeah, look what Gus did again, all right.
No, there's not.
It is on time, look at that.
Today.
Any other items to be carried forward?
I have to admit, you know,
Stace, want to come?
We just want to draw attention to the fact that the city is going to be promoting and supporting National Rail Safety Week over the next upcoming week, September 22nd through the 28th. It's a national campaign run by Operation Lifesaver. They work with the railroads to improve rail safety, and so obviously that's a critical issue in our community. We may not have the number of trains that other communities do, but because of the positioning of our tracks, we tend to have a lot of rail incidents. So we will be focusing on the community impact of these safety issues, how they affect not just the traffic and the emergency response to other calls in our community, but also how they're impacting the witnesses, our first responders who are reporting to the scene, the locomotive engineers who are experiencing those situations, and just hoping to help educate motorists as well on the emergency notification system, which are the blue signs located at the crossings, and how to use those versus calling 911 when there's a train emergency, and other facts like driving through the gates. If you're trapped between the gates, they're made to break away. Some of these things can really help to reduce some of our rail incidents. So we will be focusing on that. We'll be working with the local media on some stories that we have to share with them, radio interviews. We'll be pushing out information on social media all week. And then on Tuesday of next week, that's Operation Clear Track Day. And Warsaw Police Department and Warsaw Wayne Fire Territory are partnering up for that day. They will be at the Center Street crossing for part of that day, working together to engage with motorists. So they will be talking to motorists who are practicing unsafe activities, whether it's be stopping on the track while they're waiting for the Detroit Street light to change. They'll also be talking to just other motorists who are abiding by the law and safety, but just reminding them of general rail safety. And we'll hopefully have some keychains and some information that we can hand out to them as well. So we just really want to encourage everyone to pay attention to what they're seeing, read carefully, and try to take something away from this so that we can improve the incidents, the number of incidents that are happening in the community.
All right, thank you very much. I know we're still awaiting some safety improvements to be done in town here along that rather dangerous stretch of freight service through Hickory Street. I believe that NDOT has committed to putting new safety crossing arms there. And I've been told it would be done yet this year, so maybe in honor of Rail Safety Week, they'll decide it may be time to get that done, considering it was approved in 2013. So, all right. Anybody else have a comment or an opinion? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, thank you.